School management committee representatives, the heads of schools, ministry officials, media representatives, ladies and gentlemen, Bulavinaka, and a very warm greetings to each one of you. I remember not too long ago, we all gathered here to give the boat and engine to another school. And I still remember that day it was raining, and today it is raining again. We all know boat symbolizes water, so probably that's why the heaven is opening up, and we can see that despite the news that the weather will clear up, but we can see it's still raining. And that's Suva weather for all of you. So today we will be officially handing over the boat and engine to each school mentioned by the executive staff and our MC. And there is a reason why we have been doing that. Over the years, our students had to cross rivers and streams, and they had to travel long distances by horseback or simply walking, and that used to make our students very tired by the time they reached school, and some of them had to get up very early in the morning to reach school. So there are a lot of challenging moments that our students had faced previously. And this problem really arises in the remote and rural settings where we don't have RSL or we don't have proper bus services. So in that situation, to transport students from one place to another, surely we need a boat and we need an engine. And that's what we're going to give out to each school so that you'll be able to transport your students comfortably. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a government initiative which started in 2014, and from 2014 we have given out a total of 107 boats and 114 engines worth around $1.6 million to various schools. So this is how we've been helping the remote and maritime schools. But for your information, the government has spent roughly around $165 million so far from 2014 in the what we call the transportation assistance. So the transportation assistance from 2014 till today adds up to about $165 million, which goes to the bus companies and RSL service providers. Now that's a huge burden taken off from the parents. Otherwise, every morning the parents would be looking for some coins, some money to pay the children or to give to the children so that they could pay the bus fares and be in school on time. But that burden has been taken away. Now, since I have the audience with the school management committee members as well as the head of school, I would plead to you that you need to go back to your community where the school is, talk to the parents so that the parents, those parents who are not sending the children to school, start sending the children to school. Because the education is free in the country. We provide transport, we provide free education grant, we provide free textbooks, we provide boat and boat fares, as well as we provide from this year onwards, we started providing sanitary pads to the girls. So if we are providing all this assistance, I just don't understand why parents cannot send their children to school. Even if a child is facing some problem, they're not able to bring their food to school, we have school feeding program as well, where we can assist these children. But then I'm requesting the heads of school and the class teachers to vet and find out whether it's a genuine case or not. We have been receiving information from the ground that there are parents who don't cook meal in the morning, they don't prepare breakfast, they don't prepare lunch for the children. Why? Because they're sleeping. This is the information we are getting from our students when they are found without food in school. Now this is unacceptable. You know, there's something called parental responsibility, and parents must be responsible in raising their child. They cannot leave child's responsibility and expect teachers and schools to babysit children for them. This is not fair. Right? Schools are made for our children's education, and our teachers are doing wonderful work. They are doing their best in the worst time. They're giving in 100%. They're working around the clock, making sure that the learning losses which the children have gone through in the past 2 years are recovered. So they are doing their best. But we need parents to step up and start taking charge of their children. If they need guidance, they need help, we'll be able to help them. But parents must show interest in their children. Ladies and gentlemen, the boats and the engine that we are giving out today must go in your inventory list. It must be added on the FEMIS, and the divisional and the district officers will monitor. You also must come up with a usage policy. And this message is mainly for the head of schools. The head of schools must come up with the usage policy. We have also come across cases where boats and engines have been abused by the school management committee members. You cannot use this boat and engine for any other purpose. It is only for the transportation of our students. That's the purpose of the boat and the engine, right? Regarding fuel and maintenance, that will be met through the free education grant through FEC. So I request the school manager and the head of school to ensure that the boats are in seaworthy conditions all the time. Don't tell me the engine is not working. Don't tell me that the boat is leaking. I don't want to hear that, because we are providing you with the grant, right? So you have to take that responsibility to make sure that the boat is seaworthy, right? So please take that responsibility seriously. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I also want to mention to you that education is our top priority. You have seen that Fiji is a small island state with an open economy. We're doing our level best to provide education to all our children through different means, right? Being a small open economy, it simply means that we are the price takers. When the fuel price goes up, we cannot do anything but accept that price. So when there is a rise in cost of living in Fiji, it's simply because most of our goods and services, mainly the goods, are coming from abroad. And Fiji is a price taker. We just have to accept the price. We don't have the economy to scale where we can in fact negotiate or put our views across and make the other party understand. It's not possible, right? So we are price takers. You may have heard recently The government made the announcement, and it just came out in yesterday's Fiji Sun. And I encourage each one of you to have a copy of that, and particularly the head of schools who are present here and other staff who are present here from ministry, because you also come from a community. If you can print out that particular page which talks about where public can utilize the services, medical services from general practitioners, if you can print that out and put it in your community hall or put it in your school, so that when parents visit or when community have a community get together in a hall, they'll be able to see that. It's for quick reference. There are a total of 40 GPs, 4 dental clinics, and 6 private labs, which are now available in different parts of Fiji for parents, including their family. That means the children can access the service free of charge from private GPs. So when you visit these 40 private GPs, you don't have to pay any money. The payment is made by the government. So it simply means you don't have to crowd the public hospital. You can actually access these services from the general practitioners. All right? So what came out in Fiji Sun was the list of general practitioners, where are they based, names of general practitioners, including the dental practices and the 6 labs. That will further ease your financial burden or the time that you spend at public hospitals. So if you want a quick service, I suggest that you visit the general practitioners listed in Fiji Sun yesterday. Yeah? So with these words, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you well, and I look forward to visiting your school, except St. Teresa. I've been to that school many times. Many means 2 times. And because it's not even a year on the job, and for me to visit St. Teresa twice is sufficient. It's sufficient for now. But I look forward to visiting other schools around the country in rural and maritime areas. So Vina Kabakalebu, thank you. Thank you.
Of the Valley, it's a secondary school.